The toxic community. What do I think of it? Hello, everybody. Hope you are doing well. In today's podcast, we're going to talk about the following: the toxic community and what do I think of it. Here's what I'm going to say as a disclaimer: there will be no names mentioned, no association, no affiliation of or any organizations, and such. So, this is solely my own thoughts, feelings, opinions, and you may take it or leave it as you wish. I just wanted to get that out of the way so that nobody backlashes or bashes or does anything towards me in any context. The reason I'm bringing this up is the following. Over the last couple days, I've met some interesting folks on social media who happen to be quote unquote blind. And I say this because I belong to a job list where they try to reach out and send out things called jobs for the blind. And essentially, they try to send prospective job announcements out there so those who are seeking employment who are blind and or visually impaired can perhaps look into that in one way, shape, or form, try to land a job. This specific email list is run by a highly well known organization for the blind called the National Federation of the Blind, or NFB. Now, I have nothing against NFB or American Council of the Blind, ACB, as each organization has its own ups and downs and their own mission, beliefs, values, and such. Therefore, I do respect that. A job poster posted about getting a job with a company, and again, I'm not going to mention any company name for the sake of anonymity, rather, not authenticity. But I said to myself, well, why not? Let's apply for this job. Let's do it. Let's see where this is going to go. So I applied for the job because this particular person recommended the job and just things of that nature. And I have no issue with because each person is entitled to one's opinion. So I applied for the job, and I would say I get hired necessarily because I went through the whole interview process, and right now, as we speak, I am currently waiting for the outcome. There has to be open positions and open contracts in order for me to get the job. At the moment, I am pretty much placed on the recommended for hiring list. Now, keep in mind that when I interviewed with said company, I was told that I may face issues because California has stricter laws when it comes to work from home jobs, which I'm fine with that, but at least I got the experience. If anything, I got the experience of going to a job interview since I haven't done a job interview in quite a while, and I get to ask pertinent questions, and you live and learn. This particular individual happens to be a firm believer of the said organization that I mentioned who runs the job email list. Without getting into too many gory details, things started off well. The person and I talked. We corresponded via email, then we took it to Facebook Messenger, and then we finally took it to phone conversations. This person proceeds to post on social media about, since nobody is following the thread of such and such company, I'm here to tell you that I would never recommend this job because of the accessibility issues and everything else. Whereas when I was going through the job process, I was informed of such accessibility issues. And I said I would be willing to give it a try since I have people who can help me address those issues if need be. I'm more of a resourceful person, so I can reach out to different forums. I just have a way, if you must, to advocate to do things. And mind you, I do my best not to advocate for me and for my needs in the manner in which can result in aggressiveness and such. But this person proceeded to tell me all the faults that this job had and if I was going to tolerate it, and basically said, well, sounds like you're going to tolerate it no matter what. And to me, it's like, no. I may not tolerate it, but at the same time, I would have dealt with it differently. I'm not the kind of person that likes to sit there, argue, debate, or anything. Especially if you're starting to drill at me as if I'm telling you type of an attitude. And you're trying to throw these beliefs in my face of a part of said organization that you belong to, I'm sorry, but when you start doing that towards me, that is a complete turnoff. And yes, I am saying this in public. That is a complete turnoff because I would rather make my own judgments. And if something does come up, I'd rather take it up to higher up. And if not, then I would escalate it and get other people involved, because the thing that people don't realize is I know people who know people who know people whom eventually something will get done. Yeah, it's going to suck. Yeah, there's going to be issues with, accessibility. No matter what job you go through, there's always going to be issues. Case in point, and I'm going to digress for a minute. Case in point, from 2005 to 2008, I tolerated 3 years of what I'm going to call emotional abuse from the university system. The university system did not want to provide a few things for me in a reasonable, timely manner. Alternative formats, which, if I was taking a science class or such, I wanted Braille and not a Microsoft Word document that was half edited, if you must, just to say it politely, where things were out of place and the document was not in such a readable format that instead of helping me, confused the heck out of me even more. And number two, because of that, I was given readers who didn't care about reading the question. It's like they were just there for the money, or they were there because they had to be there, type of a attitude. As a result, my grades faltered. Yes, I suffered that emotional abuse so much more that I had to take a few years off of school because of that. However, it would have been easy for me to throw a fit, but no, I escalated. I tried settling it internally, but when things didn't work out, then I reached out to a friend, whom may he rest in peace, and he helped me write a letter and also gave me the number to the Office for Civil Rights. Because of his help, I was able to amicably solve my issues, my conflict, and everything with the university. Did they like the outcome? Absolutely not. Did I like to go that route? Absolutely not. But when you exhausted all possibilities, then yes, sometimes you have to take that risk and go for it. So for people to sit there and say, you're going to tolerate it, you're going to let them abuse you, blah, 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 blah. No, I have a way of working things out. I may sound aggressive when in fact I'm not. I will find a way, and I will find a way to educate the company that what they're doing is wrong, but I want to see things myself. I want to educate myself what I'm going to be in for. I appreciate people telling me, I'll listen, I'll take your statements under advisement, but I would never believe one side. I like to listen to both sides, then make my own judgment or see both sides of the spectrum, because the fact of the matter is, you're going to have accessibility issues no matter what. You're going to sit there and you're going to have to find a way to deal with it productively. I wish people the luck, especially if it's your first job. I hate to tell you this, but no matter what you do, there's going to be accessibility issues. There's going to be things that you may not agree with that you're going to have to do. I don't like it, but I have to do them. Chico State, I gave you my testimony. I went through 3 years of emotional abuse by the department. Finally, I said enough is enough, because I wanted to make sure I had at least a paper trail of evidence to present to Office for Civil Rights. And it was also, whom may she rest in peace, one of my former rehab counselors who stood behind me, who supported me no matter what. She supported me. She even helped me fight with the school, and they told her the same thing that they told me. And when I told her that a friend of mine helped me file the complaint, she was very happy and she was very supportive in that aspect. And she was there till the end, till she knew I won that case. I wasn't proud of what I did, but I had to do it. Because I not only did I pave the way for me, I paved the way for others to follow. And you know what I heard from other people who knew me, who knew all the struggles, who went through that same department, who received services from that same department? They said to me, I noticed a huge change in this department. And I said, oh yeah, what is it? Well, they're starting to really streamline people's needs. They're starting to give things that people need in a more timely manner, whereas before it was a disaster. And I told them what I did, and they're like, Really? That was all you? I said, yes. And they appreciated what I did. They thanked me and they said they would have done it, but they were afraid. And let me tell you something, never be afraid to advocate for your own needs. And this is the problem that a lot of people within the so called toxic group, also known as the blind community, have an issue with is the willingness to advocate for themselves. If you're not going to advocate for yourself, I'm sorry, but people are going to walk over you. People are going to abuse you. People are going to shelter you. People are going to say, oh, well, you're a blindie, so guess what? You're going to require special treatment, and we can't provide that for you. No, you have to take the proactive approach and do things your way. Yes, it sucks. Yes, you're going to have emotional abuse. Yes, you're going to have high blood pressure. Yes, you're going to have sleepless nights. But at the end of the day, you're going to make a difference for somebody. When it comes to said company and such, I'll work with them. I'll be reasonable with them. But if they're not going to provide things for me in a timely manner or provide reasonable accommodations, then yeah, there are laws out there. You just have to learn and to have somebody help you. A few weeks to me is not reasonable amount of time. You have to give it more than just a few weeks or whatever the situation at hand is. Like in my case, I dealt with it for 3 years, and I tell you what, those 3 years of paper trail saved my butt big time. Because if I would have done it after the first semester or my first year of college, I probably wouldn't have gotten the outcome expected. For those of you out there in the toxic blind community who think you know me, well, guess what? You don't know me. I don't know you. You don't know me. I only know you by phone. I only know you by social media. I've never met you in person. So for you to sit there and ridicule and throw things in my face about independence and tolerating job stuff, well, my message to you is go look at yourself in the mirror. You're no better than me. If you had the audacity to quit after a month, if you had the audacity to sit there and let people walk all over you, if you have the audacity to sit there and ridicule the people because you're jealous, then obviously your life ain't perfect. My life is not perfect. But I know that I have people who are willing to help me. I just have to reach out there and I just have to sit there and say, hey, I need your help. Because people know people know people, and eventually I will be heard. And again, I would phrase this. Do I want to take it to a higher extreme? No, I do not. I would rather solve things amicably. But if you're going to sit there and throw things at my face about independence and tolerating things and bashing me, trashing me, that's fine. But I guarantee you, it ain't going to make you look better in the end. Which is why I am not part of any toxic blind community. I am not part of any organization. I'm not part of anything. I am myself, and I choose to be however independent I choose to be. Or I choose to tolerate as much as I want to tolerate, whatever the job at hand is. So before you start talking smack about me, look at yourself in the mirror and evaluate your own life. Because I guarantee you, your life ain't better than mine. One bit. Thank you all for listening to me, and I hope you have enjoyed my take on the toxic community and such. And of course, if you want to talk to me about it, you have multiple ways of reaching me. Until next time, take care. God bless.